Welcome to Miller Sports Performance. I am Gina Miller, and I am going to just do a kind of a kickoff for Miller Sports Performance. So if you are new here and looking at what we're about, this is just an intro video. Feel free to follow along and see the many different videos that we are going to go into as we go through youth sports and education. So I am Gina Miller, and I am one of the owners and president of Miller Sports Performance, and I work with my husband on this business. So what is Miller Sports Performance? Let me start with that. Miller Sports Performance is a business that we have started that is right now solely online. Maybe in the future there will be some in-person components. But right now it's an online business to educate sports parents, athletes, coaches, clubs, anyone that has an interest in the area of youth sports. And where this passion kind of comes from is myself and then my husband, as we have a huge interest in youth sports and making sure that it is the best for kids. It's a positive environment. It's not negative. It has long-lasting effects. And as you know, there's many of those that that you may know or that we will kind of talk about along with this journey. So we are here to really just empower those that are impacting our kids and our future athletes and our future citizens into being the best that they can absolutely be in and ultimately in the most positive environment. And that doesn't necessarily mean we're giving everybody medals. That's not at all what we believe here, but there is a lot more to it than that. This video could go on for an hour if I went into all of our different aspects, but I will just kind of do an overview here for you guys and give you some background of why we're doing what we're doing. So again, my name is Gina, and a little bit about my background, just so you have an idea of where I come from, is that I went originally when I graduated high school and went into college. So, let me back up. Growing up, I did more of like gymnastics, and I did cheerleading in high school, but it was more tumbling based. So it was a gymnastics base out of it. I run, I go to the gym, I lift weights now as I'm older. I like to cycle and bike and hike outside with my kids. So I did, multiple sports when I was younger, tried more of kind of those dance, gymnastics. I did, basketball for a little bit of time. I did some other things. However, when I was younger, I had hip dysplasia, and they were not able to figure it out until I was actually in high school. So I had my hip pop in and out of socket every single time I walked. So it really prohibited the sports that I was able to do with comfort as a young child. So as I got older, I got into more and more sports. Loved swimming, those kinds of things. And then graduated, I went to University of Nevada, Reno for my degree and got a degree in business administration. I was an office manager and kind of did like the desk work, right? And always just continued to feel like there was a passion more around kids. So I went back to school, and I actually went and got my master's in elementary and special education. So that's kinder through 8th for elementary, middle school, and then special education was pre-K to 12. And I went into education, and I was a teacher, and I taught general education. I did some co-teaching with special education. I taught grade levels anywhere from kinder through 8th grade. So lots of different experience in terms of education, but I myself believe in continuing to educate myself and finding the best environment for students. My philosophy as a classroom teacher was a positive based system. So every student had a chart, and every student got positive reinforcement on things that they were doing, and student empowerment, where they would give themselves that praise as well. And that kind of translates into what we're doing in the youth sports area. I continued and got my administrative degree in program and school administration, so overseeing programs and schools. I ended up going into a special education administrative position that was pre-K to transition 22, supported many school sites and students with behaviors, and looking at why we saw behaviors in school and those kinds of things. I then again am back in school finishing up my PhD in human development and family science with an emphasis in youth sports and more like the sports, taking some sports psychology components and really looking into family dynamics with youth sports and that what that relationship looks like or best practices of what it should look like. So that is where a lot of the research and survey or not surveys, research and quantitative and qualitative components that I am doing through my dissertation will continue further into that. My husband, I will, tag him in and he can do his own little introduction in a separate video, but just a little bit of an overview. He was a multi-sport athlete all the way through high school, played football, basketball, baseball, went to college, played at the University of Nevada, was a pitcher there, and then afterwards went into sales and has been into a couple different sales positions throughout his career and has always continued to research and coach, find best practices, articles, and he just always is reading. Always, always, always. And it's funny, we always joke like, what's your random fact of the day? And it's always sports related. Finding out what the best way to do something is, finding out for our own kids, muscle strength in the ankles and the knees, like the little fine muscles that aren't just like running and the big components. So he can, again, we'll go into a lot more of like the application of what that looks like, of what he does on a daily basis. We have 3 kids that are all in sports. Our primary sports are for our daughter is volleyball and soccer. She also really enjoys like more of like the track components, running, high jump, long jump, those kinds of things. So that area there. And then we have 2 boys that are into multiple sports. So we are in hockey, we are in baseball, we are in football. We do flag football. We don't do tackle at this point in time. They're below the age of 10. So something that is just kind of our belief. Hockey, football, baseball, basketball, and I feel like I'm missing something. I think those are the primary ones. Oh, and soccer. We do soccer for them as well. So those are kind of the primary sports we're going to talk about, but we are going to transition and relate it to many other sports out there because a lot of it is just the training behind. So we're not specifically talking about in every single time, we're not talking about what the striker does in soccer or what your forwards do or what a tight end does or what a quarterback does, those kinds of things. So some of it will be that, but a lot of it more is the sports performance and the training, the mental health, the aspects behind the sports as we get into the reasons for what we do and the support and education that can come into this. So just a little bit again about kind of our backgrounds and what that looks like. Again, as you see more and more videos, you will learn more and more about us and our styles and all of those kinds of things. So very excited to be here and excited to share this knowledge as we go through this journey and continue to educate other families, other coaches, other sports clubs to better youth sports and our youth in general. Again, my husband and I have a huge passion for sports. We continuously are researching. Clearly, I've gone back to school for it. He does it just in his own time as free reading. And I think the biggest thing is my combined love of education and wanting to educate others and let others know about what's out there because it's just, there's so much to listen to. There's social media, there's the ads, it's all targeted. You're word of mouth, friends, depending on the club that you belong to, there might be some beliefs there. So this is just to challenge you to open your eyes, to be open-minded, and maybe what is out there isn't what's best, or maybe it is what's best, and again, share feedback with us. So I wanted to start this business for that specific purpose. And my husband, like I said, has tons of knowledge, has tons of practical experience through coaching. And we constantly get feedback from families that he does coach that, oh my gosh, I've never, my kids never loved the sport, or now they want to go do these things on their own. And the development that has happened within the sport and also within their athletes. So we just want to share that with everybody else as we are on this Miller Sports Performance journey. So, what you are going to find on our site is you will find what we call the Information Hub, and that's just our blog. That is us putting down thoughts, that's the research behind it that is out there quantitatively, qualitatively, books that are out there, best practices, workouts, thoughts on how to better, whether your goal for your child or your sport or your club or your team, however you are coming at this is, if it's a positive sports development, which is really what we focus on, everything we do is positive. There's no negative base punishment in what we're going to preach, but you can take this information to however you are within your sports arena. So if you're a parent, there's going to be information out there to educate parents. If you're a coach, there's going to be ways to educate coaches and to better your practices, to better your own personal beliefs and practices, but also the physical practices or game management. Those kinds of things will also be discussed in our blog. And then sports training and performance, longevity, mental health, all of that, again, combined with the research that I'm doing for my doctoral degree. You will also find digital downloads, and within that digital downloads, you're going to find guides. And this is guides. There will be different guides in here for parents, for coaches, for clubs. We can also customize if you are a club and are looking for something specific to your club within the realm of what we do. We are happy to talk to you about that. But you are going to find reasonably priced and some free options as well of components of how you can support your athlete in, again, whatever manner you come to this as. There will also be some sample like practice guides, or how do you run a practice for this age range in this sport, those kinds of things. So lots of components in our guide section. We also have at the very end some of our favorite sports products. So if you're recommending things for the home to put in your backyard or home, inside, garage, out front, just some of our favorites that we have around our house for our kids and really truly love, because they just get outside and go do those things. So if you are looking for some presents or activities because they say they're bored, or you're wanting your kid to get outside more, or they enjoy practicing and you're looking for some support in those areas, take a peek at that as well. I believe that is most of what you will find on our website. But if there is anything that we can help with, anything that you're interested in, questions you have, please bring them to us. We would be happy to, if we don't have research on it or aren't aware of it at this point, we are continuously doing that. We will do the research for it. If you're wanting to just chat, again, reach out on any of our social media platforms, or you can contact us through our website, millersportsperformance.com. So this is just our intro video. Welcome, and we are so excited you're here. If you are wanting updates as we do them to be notified, please sign up just for our mailing list, and that way you can get those updates. We are going to be doing newsletters, we'll be doing videos, we're going to be doing podcasts, all of the above, to just share all of this fun knowledge about youth sports. Again, so excited you are here and look forward to talking with each and every one of you.